Let your journey now begin. In the magic, let's dive in.
So tell me, what do the cards reveal? What's the truth they conceal? She's the high priestess with the key to every question that's haunting me. A lover's heart or a warning from the past. In the terror's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos I find my place.
In the tarot's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos I find my place. The moonlight glows, the veil
Hello, everyone. Welcome in to another live stream. Hope you guys are having a good night. All right, let's get started on some free questions. Make sure if you dropped a yes no in the chat, you like the live, please. We're going to start with Joanna. I am getting a no, Joanna. I have the Hanged Man. Mariana, yes, with the Wands. Brittany, yes, the Magician. Marta, yes, Four of Wands. Amy, no, Eight of Cups. Nessa, I asked if this was a legal question. I need you to clarify because I don't ask or answer legal questions. Chelsea. Chelsea, I have a yes for you. Six of Pentacles. Margaret, yes, the Magician. Joanna, you're welcome. Mariana, you're welcome. Over time, Anna, yes. Over time, Seven of Pentacles. Taka, I have the Hanged Man and the Seven of Wands. The Hanged Man talks about a pause, and the Seven of Wands talks about overcoming a challenge. So the energy of this is that it's possible, yes, but I almost feel like it's very brief, or maybe it happens like at the end of the day or something. Like I almost feel like this could be a no. but I feel like there's opportunity here with these cards. So my gut is telling me that if you do see him, it's like fast. It's like a quick stop in, or like it happens at the end of the day or something, because it's like a pause and then you overcome. So I'm gonna say most likely, but maybe not in a visitation capacity. Okay. Martha, you're welcome. Amy, you're welcome. Margaret and Anna, you're welcome. Gabriella, I have a no, 4 of cups. You're welcome. Yes, Zafira, the Empress. You're welcome. Hey Jasmine, how are you? I got it. What are we doing for you tonight? Okay, go for it. Okay, Bodhi, chill. Bam. Your stepdad locked you out. Very weird. He locked all the doors. Mother tried to hide it and unlock the doors before letting me in. Hmm. Bodhi, you can't do that, bud. Oh, good. I'm glad. So, I get from your stepdad that he is not very considerate. I don't get that he's as antagonistic as your mom are. Or your mom is, but I do feel like he has antagonistic qualities, meaning that he lacks consideration and really just does things just to kind of ruffle feathers, it seems. I have like a lot of imagery here where he feels like you disturb the peace of the house, and while him locking the doors, he knows like you're going to be let in. Okay, like this is not like clearly you're going to be let back into the house. I almost feel like from his standpoint is like just carelessness. He didn't care. He knew that would probably piss you off or that would maybe annoy you. Like I almost get like it was just like a very cavalier kind of attitude. I don't necessarily know if he is targeting you specifically, like, but I do think that he feels like you kind of shake things up in the house, if that makes sense. Like I feel like he feels like you disturb the peace, which I don't necessarily believe that there's peace in that house, let's be clear, but you disturb his peace, like you bother him. Um I feel like again, he's not as annoying or like antagonistic as your mom can be, but your mom hits a different pain point for you. Your stepdad, it's almost like you're a nuisance. Like you're just like this extra issue that he just doesn't want to deal with. And so intentionality, I think it was just more like carelessness. I think that he knew it would just like be inconvenient for you and he just didn't care. Does that make sense? Like I don't necessarily feel like he was targeting you specifically, but there's definitely feelings of animosity here, and I think that that is him locking the doors, knowing that there's an issue, or that this will create an issue, and that you might not be able to be let into the house easily, was just not even on his radar. He just really didn't care. Maybe picking a fight or just really trying to complicate matters. I think that too, when he's irritated or frustrated with your mom, he might take things out on you guys, the kids. And that could be a completely separate thing. But it's like if he can't get his way with your mom, because I feel like your mom might suppress him sometimes, then he takes it out on you guys. So it's this really like weird situation where I don't necessarily feel like he was like specifically coming for you, but I just don't think he really cares to make your life easier or better. And I think that he would rather you just not live there. You were just thinking that? I'm glad. I'm glad you're moving. They can have their miserable marriage. Yeah. They definitely seem kind of stuck together. Like they're going to age out of this marriage. Like I don't think this marriage has an expiration. I think it's going to be a thing where one of them dies before either of them kind of move on. That's just a feeling that I get. Yeah, Jasmine, I don't really think I think after you come into yourself and you become an adult, which I think kind of happens around age 25 is when things really start shifting from like being a young person into like adulthood, around 25 to 27. And at that point, I don't think age really matters. I think it's experience, personality, maturity, like growth, and the desire to be constantly evolving and working on yourself. And sometimes people that are 28 years old can surpass someone that's 50. Like I think once you hit a certain age in your 20s, like age just doesn't matter anymore. And I think people can get very stuck in their ways. And I think that there are people that can look up to someone and then realize that they're human and realize that they want better for themselves. And that 50-year-old gets stuck in a loop, and the 30-something ends up becoming more mature. Like, I definitely feel like personally I surpassed my parents in that regard because I'm very expansive in the way that I think. I hope I'm rubbing off on my mom a little bit, but she can be kind of stuck in her ways too. My biological father, I've just given up on that. Yeah, Jasmine, I get it. And I'm sorry that you're dealing with that, but just like I said, don't worry about the stupid distractions. I remember telling you that there's certain things that might come up that might just like really, but basically just keep your eyes on the goal. Hey, Preachy, I'm doing good. Preachy, Jasmine donated for an in-depth reading. She had a specific question that she wanted to ask. Are you guys cool if I run to the bathroom real quick? Jasmine, was that all you needed from me, or are you adding on? Okay, cool. So Jasmine, I'll be with you when I get back. Just give me a minute and I'll be BRB. Hey, okay, I'm back. Hey, lovely. How are you tonight? Oh, channeled. Okay. Jasmine, I got your add-on. So let me know what your next question is. Jasmine, did you post your question and I just didn't get it? Oh no, never mind. Are you still typing? Okay. What can you do to escape your mother until you move on? She's requesting that you spend more time with her. Jasmine, do you remember, was it 2 nights ago? I said that she's going to potentially try to convince you to hang around and don't believe it. Do you remember? I said, I feel like your mom might like suddenly try to be like better or something. Like I just got this like feeling. Okay, let's shuffle. Let's take a look. Why is she doing a 180 now? Like, I just don't want her to convince you to, like, not move out, okay? So, okay. So, it's almost as if you're going through, like, a karmic... It's almost like your mom is a karmic relationship for you. So, whenever we're on the precipice, whenever we're on the cusp of really changing our lives and we are switching into a completely new timeline, the universe will sometimes test us and say, is this really what you want? Are you sure this is that you don't want to try to get back on this hamster wheel with this person? And most of the time we see this within romantic relationships where sometimes you get tested by the universe to see if you've really learned your lesson. Okay. So an example of this, I'm going to just give you a brief example. And this happens to everybody. It's not just me, but this is my example. I remember I was dealing with a guy who never committed to me, claimed like that he has all these feelings, but the relationship was clearly a matter of convenience for him. While I don't doubt that there was something more to it from his perspective, I also feel like he wasn't ever giving enough. So I wrote him off and I said that I'm looking for something new, something different, something better, something long lasting. I wanted to take the qualities of different partners that I had, but somehow find a way to put it into someone new. And along came my now husband. This was 10 years ago. And I just met him. The other guy that I had been seeing for a couple of years, I had not heard from him in months. And my now husband at the time, the guy I was seeing, wanted to introduce me to his family, was very, very much a good person, consistent. He had a lot of things going for him. He was very interested. And then pops in this ex where I never really felt like I got closure with this person. Never really felt like they treated me right, aka maybe your mom. And this person was suddenly coming around and was like, I've always loved you, da 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 da. I'd like want to see you soon. And here I am in the middle of like this new life with this new person, aka your new life, your new apartment, trying to start something new and make your life better. And then you have this person that's kind of trying to pull you back into like this not ideal situation. But because there's history established there, and because maybe this is something you've always wanted to see from this person wanting to spend more time with you, acting like she cares, it's kind of something you had always wanted after all this time. Hey, Teichi. Hey, lovely. And now you're kind of standing at this pathway of like, do I give in to her or do I move forward? And I truly feel like it's a test from the universe. TGIF. I really feel like it's a test from the universe. It's a test from your spiritual team to make this decision hard for you, or perceivably hard, to see if this is really something that you want, or have you not learned your lesson. So with this being said, I feel like your mom is a karmic lesson for you. And Spirit is saying, well, I'm going to give you the mom. I'm going to have her show up in ways that she hasn't in a while and see if that changes your mind. Do you really want this apartment? Do you really want to move? Do you really want this new life that you are working towards? Or have you not learned your lesson? Are you going to get sucked back into this cycle again? And so what I think is happening, Jasmine, is your mom is feeling this disconnect. She's feeling you pulling yourself away from her. She feels you pulling back your energy. I really feel like energy vampires, which you can maybe feel like your mom is one of those, trying to siphon, whatever relationship she has left from you, because it's almost like she preys on you. And I think that she's recognizing that you're distancing yourself. Teichi, thank you so much. I'm going to update the list. And she can feel it. Like, she can feel it in the air that you are pulling back. So what I can offer as advice, what I can say, is that it's really going to be important that you keep your eyes on the prize. I think, if your mom wants to spend time with you and you want to do that, that's fine. But don't forget the whole point. Don't forget the plot. Don't forget that you're still moving no matter what. And if you don't want to spend time with her and you're trying to find ways to avoid that, I truly think that it's easier than you think. I think you can literally just say you're making plans, or you have this to do, or this is due by this time. Make something up about your job, like they've given you homework and things that you have to do, that you have to meet a deadline. Literally blame anything and everything. Get out of that house as often as you can. You don't have much time where you're going to need to avoid her, because you're going to get yourself out of that situation as quickly as possible. And I really feel, Jasmine, that in past readings for you, I have said, don't let her know what you're doing. Just do it, because I had a feeling that something like this would happen. And also, I don't want her to make matters worse for you or more complicated. So you need to get your plan together. You need to sign your lease. You need to get all of the documents or whatever it is they need in order to get this approved, and then make your move. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself out of there. Because what I worry about is her coming in and trying to stop you, block you, make things more complicated for you. And like I said, you don't have much time. You've got here? You're looking at some places tomorrow. So where am I at here? I'm trying to look at the calendar. There's one more week, a week and a half left of August. Not even. And then you're going to be moving out in September. So I feel like just do what you can to kind of fly under the radar. Don't alert her in any way. Don't allow for her to come in between your plans. And, again, if you want to kind of see what she's doing, if you want to understand what it's all about, if she's wanting to spend more time with you, and you are like, whatever, just to appease her, I'll do it, that's also fine. As long as it's not making you change your mind on the goal. But I think that you're getting a test right now. And I think that your mom is also feeling you pull away. So it's kind of like she's feeling that disconnect with you. Yeah. So she could also be going through her own process, her own journey, feeling you detached from her, feeling you pulling away from her. And we got to remember that we all have our own journey and we all have our own lessons. And so while her doing this to you might be a test for you to really stand 10 toes down in your decision, for her, it could be a lesson. It could be feeling you pull away. Or it could be her, are you going to be a better person and just let her go? Or are you going to continue your toxic ways and make this complicated for her? So, we each have our own experiences and our own journeys as well. So through this process, this might be a lesson for her. I don't even want her to know where I'm moving. Exactly. But she can make it more complicated for you, right? Like if you have boxes in the house and you need to move and she locks the doors, she can make it more complicated for you. She's not going to stop you from moving, but she can make things harder on you. So I think you really got to just keep things very much under the radar, move out little by little. If she's not home, maybe start getting boxes put in your car already in the trunk or something, and just like once you know you're moving, just start doing things little by little. That's what I would recommend, because I feel like she has it in her to make your life a living hell, or her not knowing might make this an easier transition for you. Yeah. I think you're just going to feel so much more freedom when you get out of there. And I know that it can only happen but so quickly, but it'll be here before you know it. And I'm just really happy for you. I can't say this enough. I'm just so happy that you're leaving. Your brother told you to tell her when you're moving? No, I don't think that that's correct, personally. I think you can move out, and I think that you can tell her face to face that you have moved on, or I think you can leave a note behind, or I think you can just vanish without a trace. I really think that decision is up to you, but don't let your brother convince you you owe something to her, because I don't believe that's true. Thank you. Giving lots to think about. I'm thinking little by little is best. I agree. I think once you sign the release, you can start to kind of pack things up and get things going. If you have a friend that maybe you can keep some stuff at her house and just be like, hey, or a guy, even whoever, just be like, is there any way I can leave a couple boxes here? I'm trying to move out under the radar. If you don't have someone like that, that's cool too. Just do what you can. But there might be other people that are willing to help you kind of move things out little by little without being incredibly obvious. But or you can just plan moving day for a day when they're not home, if that's even an option. But I definitely think not letting her know your plans for as long as possible is going to be the best route for your circumstances. But you're very welcome. It was good to see you. I hope you have a good rest of your night. I am going to go ahead and move on to our next person, which is Lovely, for a channeled message. Okay, cool. How's that going for you? Is work going well? You seem so busy, like stylist by day, starting an Etsy store again, or like adding to it. And then I'm seeing you live and I'm seeing you post community posts. And I'm like, this girl is just like on it. Can you send me some of that energy? Because I need it. So today, one of those things happened with me and him today where I posted about football on Facebook and he did too on Instagram. Oh my God. Girl, sometimes I feel like I haven't done enough. No, you can't feel that way. I wonder if there's something transiting like your 10th house right now. It would be interesting to see if like Saturn is transiting your 10th house or something like that, something of like ambition because and like discipline because I feel like I feel like you're just so busy and I'm so happy for you and I'm so proud of you and I'm over here like how is she doing this? You definitely been way more disciplined. I just ride that wave, girl, because we ebb and flow, you know, as humans. So take advantage of that for as long as you possibly can. Can't have that. No. No, sir. Is there another one around here? Here, look. You see that? Look. Here. He said absolutely. All right, we're almost done. I'm like kind of getting the impression that he is not sleeping. Like, you know, like if you have really bad anxiety and like it's just hard to like be at rest. That's what I feel like for him. Okay. So he says, I feel lost without you. I don't usually speak like this, but something in me feels this strange urge to reach out from the rawest place in me, and I'm feeling antsy. Like I have ants in my pants. LOL. Like this itch I can't scratch and a sense of restlessness. Things haven't been easy for me these last few months, and some days I am suffering more than I let on. I know I try to make light of things, but with you, I need to be more serious and direct. I felt sad after things fell apart between us. It felt final and kind of still does in certain ways because I don't know how to come back to you. I hope that I'm completely wrong about that, but doubt does creep into my mind. I don't know. I just have been all over the place lately, sometimes good, sometimes not. And this is the most uneasy I have felt in a while. I just feel idle, like I'm waiting to make the biggest move yet. I think the disturbance, hands on my pants. I think the disturbance that he's feeling right now is that discomfort you feel. It's kind of like what I was telling Jasmine. It's like a discomfort that you feel before something big happens in your life, before everything changes. And I feel like your body knows it, your spirit, your energy knows it before you do. And I think that's where he's at right now. And it's being like translated into anxiety for him. Um, I think he could feel a little more settled when things kind of fell apart in the beginning with you guys. And then he's like, okay, well, I learned from that. Now I need to like work on myself, and then he was distracted by working on himself, and now I feel like he's coming into this place where he's deliberating and like, is this the right time? Do I talk to her now? And I think it's that uneasiness, that restlessness of like, when am I going to do it? When am I going to do it? When am I going to talk to her? When am I going to reach out to her? And I think that's kind of putting him in this place of anxiety, I think. And he's saying that things feel all over the place for him right now. And so like, there's probably moments where he's fine, and there's moments where he's overthinking it, and there's moments where he's not doing so great. And I think that it's all kind of hitting him right now at one time. He takes naps. I have to go back and listen because I couldn't stop laughing. Well, it was so funny because he said, I feel like I have ants in my pants. And then he said, later on, he said, I know I try to make light of things, but with you, I need to be more serious and direct. So it's almost like you guys are feeding off of each other's energy right now, because he's like, it's like a wave, like that comes in and out. So like the letter starts off more ominous. I feel lost without you. Then he's trying to explain that. And then he's like, I feel an antsy, like ants in my pants. And then he's like going back to like, never mind, I need to like not be so like cavalier about it. I need to be like more serious. And then I feel like he kind of goes through that to himself. So I can see what you're, going through when you're thinking that's funny. Because he was being funny. But yeah, that's generally like the feeling I got when I was channeling for you, is he's on the cusp. He's feeling a big move, a big change, something about to change his whole life. And he doesn't know if that's good or if that's bad. And I think with you, Lovely, if you reject him, that's a big thing. That's a big change in his life. That's something big that's about to happen, but not in a good way. And if you accept him, then it's a big thing in a good way. So because he doesn't really know if there's going to be acceptance or rejection, he knows something big is happening. He just doesn't know what, and he doesn't know how it's going to turn out. Yeah. Was that all you needed from me, Lovely? You're welcome. Bye, girl. Have a good night. A regular and a mini. Does that mean that you have a question for me and you want a love spread? Hey, Tina. Thank you for the donations. Tina, I have you down for an in-depth reading. Priyanka, hey, I got a donation for you for the amount that you sent. I can do a mini reading for you, okay? Teichi, so what we'll do for you is we'll just do 2 mini readings for you since you have 2 questions, because my minis are $8 and you sent 16. So we'll just do 2 minis for you where I pull up to 5 cards per question. So let's get started on your first. And let me actually put the list here that we have. All right, so Teichi's first. Then we have Tina. And then we have Priyanka. You're welcome. You're welcome, everyone. If you guys want to drop your questions now, feel free to do so. I can hold on to them until it's your turn. But if you're going to stick around, then I'll just call on you in a little bit. So as of right now, Teichi has 2 questions. I can answer up to 3 donations per turn. So we're going to go from there. And then after that, we have Tina and then Priyanka. All right, so this is for Teichi. Says, is there a reason why Dee hasn't responded to my emails? To do what she told me she would do. All right, let's see. Priyanka, I have your question. Thank you. Teichi, I'm kind of getting the feeling that well, I feel like I'm almost getting like that she changed her mind on this decision, or there's a delay of some sort, like the Hanged Man. So either wanting to postpone this or put this off for now, or that this person has changed their mind on it. So it's like put on hold or it's changing mind is the main message that I'm getting here. Does it seem personal? What am I feeling, Spirit? Is this personal? It feels objective. I'm not getting personal. This is just it's a personal decision for D, but it's not personal, meaning like it's not something you did. It's just how she's feeling or the decision that she's making. It feels objective. It does not feel personal, like she's like dissatisfied, or I don't know. Like it has nothing to do with you is what I'm getting. Now I do have the 3 of Pentacles here. This can kind of tell me that maybe she potentially went in a different direction, or that she's exploring different options, and maybe she hasn't fully decided yet, but she is trying to see what else is available to her. So this could be her connecting with other people before she makes a decision. Oh yeah, no, I don't think anything is personal with you. I think she's just going, I'm almost feeling she's going in a different direction, changed her mind, or like is just putting this off for now. Maybe felt like this was something more than what she signed up for. And she was like, it's probably best to just like hold off for now. Yeah, I don't think it's anything personal with you now. All right, what do I see for love life? You say love life by end of December? Is that what you're saying? Love life by end of December? Okay. There's a lot of feminine energy and a lot of like working together with like spending time or working together with like a feminine energies. Um yes, Teichi, it will. It will. Yes. If you donate one more cuz I can do up to 3 in a row. If you were to donate again after that, then I'd have to put you back in rotation. But for this next one, if you want to donate a third time for a third question, I will answer it right after this. Yeah, that's fine. Love life, love life. Okay, so I guess this question could go in like 2 ways. Okay, so if you're interested in women, like romantically, if that's what you're looking for, I think that I am seeing or I am picking up um the energy of you meeting someone. If not, if you're not interested in women, you're interested in men, I am picking up that you're spending more time socially this year with friends. Um more than anything. And I think maybe potentially this is how you meet your person that you might be exploring a connection with next. Because I do have the King of Wands here that is a masculine energy, but I'm seeing so much like spending time with friends. So this could be like group of women. This could be a mix of the two. It could be, it really doesn't matter. This is more of like a platonic energy. Um, but I feel like you do have a man kind of hovering around or like in the mix. I feel like the next connection that you explore is like fire energy. So this person could have Sag, Leo, or Aries in their chart, or you could meet them during Sag season, which is November to December. But I'm almost getting like there's a lot of socialization that's happening. Like you have people around you when this person comes into focus. Like this isn't a one-on-one. This isn't like you swiped right on an app, okay? This is like you're out and about or you're outside of the home and there's like people around. and you meet this person, or like you start talking to this person or exploring this connection. I think it's possible it is at work, Teichi. And the only reason I say that is because that fits the description of what I said. But also you have the Eight of Pentacles, which is the work card. So it does potentially lead in that direction, that this could be someone that you work with. Yes. But it's like you're meeting this person or exploring this connection with this person through other means. Okay. So for example, it could be that you work with them. So the people that you work with, kind of either help facilitate this, or the only way you would have met this person is by getting hired at this job. Another example would be like a spin class or a yoga class, and it's like the only way you would have met this person is in this group setting. Or it's like you go out with a group of friends one night and you meet this person in a group setting. For whatever reason, it feels like this person that you start to explore a connection with, it's not this one-on-one situation. You have other people around that know him, that have met him before, or that meet him when you do, or like there's just people surrounding is really like the message that I'm getting. And like I said, it could be at work. It's the Eight of Pentacles. The King of Wands showing up does indicate that it could potentially be a superior. So it could be someone who, like, their archetype is that they're a boss, that they're a manager, that they own their own company, or this could be like the authority figure in these places. So for example, it could be the guy that owns the bar that you go to. It could be the instructor of the spin class. It could be a manager of the place that you work. Like there's definitely a aspect of authority with this person. And it feels like if they're not the person of authority in the place that you meet them, then what they do for a living does put them in a place of authority. Okay? You're welcome. What's your next question? Oh, okay. You said you'll keep me updated. Okay. How does boss see and view you? He views you as quite a bit of a free spirit. Like, you're the type of person to kind of march to your own drum. Um, you might be quirky, like you might have quirky parts of your personality, or maybe your style is a little different. There's definitely ways that you make yourself stick out. I think as far as how you do your job, um, it's very good. So I have the Midas archetype, which basically means like whatever you do is great. It's like it works. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Midas touch, but it's like where everything you touch turns to gold, basically. Like maybe looking at you as someone very talented at what they do, or very skilled at what they do. Um, but yeah, you have this like air about you where I don't really think CN feels like you really let much get to you or let much get you down. And if you do, you like hide it well. I do feel like there's a part of him that feels like he can't get very close to you because I have the Five of Pentacles here. So it's like there's a closeness that he and I'm saying he because I don't know if CN's a guy or a girl. But I'm just assuming it's a guy. I feel like he is like, I can only get but so close to Teichi. You do have the Don Juan and the prostitute archetype, which basically means that you are very seductive and that you are able to kind of, I guess seductive is the best word. Like I feel like there's an allure to you in a sexual way that feels like a risk. Um so your energy, your aura, there's something about you that kind of gives off like danger. Yeah, the prostitute archetype. Basically, it just talks about how you're able to negotiate your needs. So maybe you're able to get what you want very easily. Maybe you have an influence or persuasion where you can get what you want. That's how Cian is perceiving you. Meaning that you use your aura, to facilitate certain things that you want. No, don't take it prostitute literally. He's not saying that you're like on the corner taking money for sex. He's not saying that. He's just saying that you seem to be the type of person that really gets what you want. So, for example, you might be able to flirt your way out of a speeding ticket, or you might be able to kind of turn on the charm and get a free drink somewhere. Okay. So, like, you're the kind of person that he perceives to have a lot of luck wherever you go in that way because you're turning on basically, you're working with what you've got to make things happen for you. He's not saying he doesn't want to get close to you. He's saying he feels like he can't get close to you. But I think that has to do more about the workplace than anything. I think it's more about the dynamic of being your boss. You said it's natural. I don't try to do it. Yes, exactly. You have like a seductive, like flirty kind of vibe about you. Like he says, I feel like she's the kind of person that just gets what she wants. And also, I think Cian feels like you're the type of person that kind of commands attention. Like when you talk, there are people who want to listen to what you have to say. There's visual attraction. Mm, None of the cards came up for visual attraction, but I'm going to use my discernment here, Teichi, my intuition, and say yes, that there is, because if he didn't find you charming and seductive and, the kind of person that gets what she wants, like if he wasn't attracted to you, he wouldn't perceive that quality in you. He wouldn't recognize that you have a way about you that's attracting and seductive and flirty and charming. Like, I think he sees that about you. So I'm going to say intuitively, I feel like he is attracted to you. I didn't get any cards that said that specifically, but sometimes when a person doesn't want to see something, that energy will come through in the reading. So he might be doing his very best to try to suppress that attraction. And therefore, he's trying to like control himself in that way. Yes, exactly, Teichi, exactly. I understand. This resonates because he does keep his distance, but he also does speak to me. Yeah. Yeah. Are you a fire sign by chance? Yeah, that's important. Okay, Teichi, I was gonna say I feel like I'm picking that up for you, being a fire sign. I was definitely getting that in this reading, for sure. When's your birthday? Oh, well, happy belated. Leo vibes. That was going to be my guess. Because I was thinking the energy I was picking up for you is Queen of Wands. And in the tarot, that's a Leo card. And also you had the Strength card that actually came out of the deck, which is Leo as well. And then in the last reading that I did for you before that, when we were talking about what your love life is looking like by December, you had the Sun card, which is also Leo. So there was just a lot of Leo in your chart, or in your cards. And so I was like, You're welcome. Thank you. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Thank you for stopping in. My husband's a Leo. I love Leos. I'm surrounded by a lot of fire signs as well in my life. Tina, I am shuffling for you right now. Thank you. I love a fire sign. I'm a Gemini. My birthday was June 1st. But it's funny because my husband is a Leo, my stepdad is a Leo, my mom is an Aries. Two of my brothers are Aries as well. My nephew is a Sag. And there's just like so much. My grandma is a Leo. Like there's just so much fire around me. But one of my siblings is a water sign, and another sibling is a earth sign. And my niece that was just born as a water sign. So as we build with our family, like as more family members become a part of us, it's expanding more and more. But there's so much fire in my immediate family. You have a Gemini moon? It is a lot. It is. Tina says, thanks, another boss question. Oh, you're good. You're good. Yeah, but it's fun. It's fun. I love my Leo. Why is he being hot and cold? Why is he being hot and cold? So Tina, I feel like the first image that comes to mind is this metaphorical tape over his mouth. And I don't think in all the years I've been doing tarot, since like 2018, 2019, I don't think I've ever used that as an example before. But that was the image that came to mind, as I feel like he has this like tape over his mouth. Like he can't speak his truth to you. He can't be honest with you. I have the Justice card in reverse. Hey, SB. And so this card, it kind of talks about how he can't just be forthright with you. He can't just be honest with you. He feels restricted, like he can't be fair, like he can't be true. And there's this discomfort that he feels when it comes to you, when he can't just be authentically himself. There's Four of Cups here, which is a level of disappointment and frustration. And the Ten of Swords, which indicates like feeling defeated and feeling weighed down. And so I'm in this place where I'm kind of thinking that he feels, if he can't just be direct, and if he can't just be honest with you, and if he can't just be like how he wants to be, then maybe the best thing for him is just to kind of pull back his energy. So I think that you're kind of in this place with him where things feel very complicated. I feel like he's hit a wall. I feel like he feels like, why, I don't know, like I'm trying to like put this into his words, but he's like, if I can't do anything about this connection right now, if I can't like explore it and I can't just be myself, then I'm just going to be more reserved. I'm just going to pull back. And I remember doing a reading for you before, and I'm not sure if this is the same person or not, but if it is, it's coming through again, where I had said that there will be moments where like he won't be able to help himself and his authenticity will slip out, but then he has to rein it back in. And that is that hot, cold feeling that I was sensing. So if this is the same person that it's been, which I think it is, I remember saying that to you a little while back. I specifically remember because my husband had left something on the TV, and he watches sometimes, he'll watch other people play video games. And I remember doing your reading and this was on the TV, and there's like a specific image that I'm seeing. And I remember tying that image to the conversation that you and I were having. And I remember saying to you that he's not going to be able to help himself when he's around you. There are going to be moments where he slips into this like natural place with you, and like you said, very warm and inviting, and then he realizes like, okay, that's enough, like I've got to rein it back. And so I think you're just dealing with someone who's very conflicted about his feelings for you and feeling as though he's in this place of like restriction, and he feels awkward almost. Like I almost feel like he's feeling uncomfortable even. And that's the thing, Tina, is that and like I said, I think I even said during that same reading, you can take what he says at face value because he is happy that you're there and he's so excited to have you on board. And that's because he wants to be around you more. But he realizes that sometimes he's giving too much and he pulls it back. Now, personally, looking at this objectively, I feel like he doesn't have to be as conservative as he gets sometimes. I feel like he gets a little bit in his head. And I think that he doesn't need to kind of rein it in as much as he does. I think that he's almost like trying to protect himself right now. And so he goes almost like from one extreme to the next. So you're kind of in this place where you're like, I feel like you're giving me whiplash, dude. Like sometimes you're into me, sometimes you're not. I don't know what to make of this. But that is his emotional process when it comes to you. That's him not really knowing what to do and feeling very conflicted about it. He's young and a new boss. Whiplash is such a good description. Yeah, that's what it feels like to me. Because I feel like I'm feeling from your perspective, like you just kind of feel like, wait, what? Like we were cool yesterday. Now you're being weird. Oh, tomorrow. Like it's almost like you don't really know how to gauge this. And so your head is just like being tossed around, you know? I think that until he's able to get more comfortable with how he feels about you, his number one, once he gets more comfortable, until he gets more comfortable with his position, until he gets more comfortable with his feelings for you, until he gets more comfortable with the idea of exploring something with you, I feel like this is kind of how it's going to be. Now, I do remember saying in another reading that you could potentially get a lot closer to him and then it'll get to a point where he won't be able to deny it anymore. I still think that's on the table. But I think that while he's working things out, and you're kind of in this place where you're very even keeled, like I don't think you are giving him mixed signals. I think you're just taking it one day at a time. You're allowing him to process however he needs to process. You're just being the same. Like I feel like you're being very calm, very even keeled. If he's being warm and inviting, you're being responsive. If he's not, you're not chasing him. You're just kind of like existing, I feel, and being receptive during times when you guys are engaging with one another. But I feel like for him, he's definitely coming across very one extreme to the other. And I'm sure that's a hard place for you because you're like, what do I do with this? What am I supposed to do with this? Hey guys, no. I wish I had more of a like better answer for you. I wish that I had more of an explanation, but what I do know from doing this all this time is that emotions are very complex. They're very complicated. I know that you can feel one way one day and one way another, and I think if this person is, of interest for you and you like are open to whatever happens, I think you kind of just have to let him kind of go through the motions and navigate this the best he knows how. You're welcome, Teichi. So Tina, is that everything for you? Did you want to add on to anything before I moved on to the next person? What are you doing? Stop it. My cats are getting into trouble. Oh, goodness. Hey, SB, I actually just messaged you. That's so funny. I was saying that I got your donation in question. It's always reassuring just getting an explanation that he's being genuine with his emotions and not being a player. I truly don't get player energy from this guy. If anything, I get timid. I get scared. Like I mean, no, he's not scared, but like, do you get what I'm trying to say? I get almost like this person's a little bit like a shy boy. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have extroverted energy. I just feel like he second guesses himself a lot. He overthinks a lot. He's a good guy. He could be a little hesitant, a little cautious. Like, I feel if anything, he's overthinking the connection rather than trying to screw you over. So, I think that you can take what he says at face value. He is happy, he's excited. You definitely made his week, his month, his year, whatever. Yeah, that's more the energy that I get from him. Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear it. Thank you so much for stopping in. All right, next up we have Priyanka. Priyanka, if you're still in here, let me know. And I did go ahead and close the list, guys, for any new donations to come through. If there's anyone in here right now that wants to add on to the reading, I'll honor that. But I'm just not taking any new donations outside of what I've already got. Thank you, Tina. I look forward to seeing you again soon, okay? All right, this is going to be for Priyanka. She donated for a mini reading and said, is there any chance of me and Arvin coming together? Hey, Priyanka, we're shuffling for you. Okay, so Priyanka, is there potential here? I am getting a yes. But one thing that's coming through is that there is a complication with this connection, almost like feeling like are you guys living at a distance from each other? I have the 10 of Wands, and this feels like sometimes when I see the 10 of Wands, it feels like travel. I'm trying to remember what deck it's in. I think it's the Light Seers deck. It feels like something is like there is a hardship out, like an external circumstance that doesn't have to do with your feelings for Arvind or vice versa. It feels like, what is this complication? You are at a distance? Okay. Because I have the 5 of Pentacles upright, which speaks to like feeling like you guys aren't a part of each other's daily life. And I wasn't sure if that was distance or if that was jobs that was stopping you guys from being a part of each other's daily life. There's definitely potential here. I have the wife and mother card here with the Empress, and I have the 7 of Pentacles, and they're saying that this is a connection that's going to require a lot of nurturing, a lot of like consistency, basically like consistently putting effort in on both sides. I don't see that. If there's someone else, I'm not getting that. Again, that's not the question that I asked, so I can't say for sure. But with the cards that I pulled, it doesn't feel that way. It feels like he's viewing you as someone who is like the ideal partner. He's saying Priyanka is the ideal person for me. So I don't think that there is anyone else. I also have the 7 of Swords in reverse, and the 7 of Swords means that there's nothing shady going on. When it's in reverse, it's saying there's nothing shady going on, nothing sneaky, no ulterior motive or anything like that. I truly think that the struggle that you guys have in your relationship has to do with the extenuating circumstances, his job, living in different cities. But he looks at you as the ideal partner for him, which is why I feel there is potential here for you guys to come together. And he's saying she's a great she would be a great life partner, she would be a great wife, she would be a good mother to our children. So he's viewing you as like a good match for him. But what's going to really what's going to really help your connection is consistent effort. Like you guys both have to be putting in effort constantly. So the 7 of Swords is here, and the way that the 7 of Swords can be explained is that you have to plant the seeds of the connection. If your relationship is seeds going into the ground, you have to make sure that it's getting air, oxygen, whatever, sunlight. That might be conversation. You have to make sure it's getting water. That means that you're telling each other how you're feeling. That means, like making sure that you're pulling away the weeds, not letting clutter or distraction get in the way of your connection. It's like sometimes seeds will grow and they can do really well on their own. But if you want this relationship to be nurtured, you have to make sure that you're giving consistent effort to this connection in order for it to get to that point. So you see him changing his location or job. I don't know. Priyanka. So with the way that I do readings, I just stick with the question that you're asking. I just focus on that. If you have additional questions outside of this, you're more than welcome to donate. If for whatever reason, intuitively, I feel something that you didn't ask me, I will tell you. I just don't know. I'm not picking up that there's someone else. I don't think that there's someone else. I don't know if he's going to change his job or location. I don't have that answer because I don't want to skew the reading, because the cards that I picked are for your first question you asked me about there being a chance for you guys to come together. And if I try to start answering questions unrelated to this, then I might give you the wrong message, and I don't want to do that. But if you want to add on to your reading, you can send an additional donation for that. If you have yes no questions, you can just send $5 per yes no question, because that's like the most affordable way to do it. But if you want to just leave it where it's at, then that's cool too. But that is what I have for you for that question. All right, Priyanka. So I don't think you're adding on, so I'm going to go ahead and move. Oh, you do want to add on. Okay. Sorry, your message just came in. Go ahead and do that now, and we'll look into it for you. While you get that squared away, Priyanka, with the donation, if you still plan on donating, I'm going to go ahead and get SB's reading done real quick because I don't want to waste any time. So this is for SB. SB, if you're still in here, feel free to check in with me. You want to know feeling. Oh, hold on, SB. She got her donation sent over. All right, let's just do yours real quick. So sorry. Sorry, SB. I hope you can wait. Priyanka just sent it over. So let me just go ahead and get this taken care of. All right, so Priyanka, what question do you want this donation to go towards? Okay, so is this two, are you doing 2 yes no questions for this? All right, do we see him moving to her city? Do we see him moving to her city? Show me a yes or a no, please. Show me a yes or a no. Do we see him moving to her city? I'm getting a yes for this question, Priyanka. I don't know if it happens right away. That's kind of the thing that I'm feeling. Spirit is kind of showing me a situation that I personally was in where we were long distance for probably like 2 years. And then we moved in together. So I do think, yes, that he is going to move closer to you. However, I don't think this happens immediately. I think this is something that you guys will be dating at a distance for a little while. However, I do think eventually he will move closer to you and you guys will have more of that opportunity for a closer proximity relationship. Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm happy to hear it. I can answer one more yes no question for you. Just let me know what that is. Once this happens, will it be a steady relationship? Long, steady relationship? Yes, the Empress is here again. Remember I said the Empress is like the wife card? I am getting a yes for that question as well. The Empress indicates long life partner, long-term relationship, marriage, becoming a wife, that kind of thing. So I am getting a yes for that question. Okay. You're welcome, Priyanka. Thank you so much for stopping in. I hope we do see you again soon. Sorry to be kind of like rushing. I just have to get going in a minute. But yeah, we'll see you next time you come in, okay? Have a good rest of your night. All right. This is for SB for real. For real. And you want to know feelings. So let's do an energy check-in here for feelings. You're welcome, Priyanka. Have a good night. feeling. Okay, so I know that I've used this deck on you before, SB, and I remember specifically getting this card, which is the Two of Swords, and I think that I worded it like he doesn't know what's going to happen, but he is going to take a shot at it anyways. He wants to see where this can go. He's going to try to see, even if he doesn't know for sure what's going to happen, he's still like, I still want to give this a shot. Like, that's the energy here. Now, I'm kind of getting a message from Spirit that this, what is it? Is it a new job that he's going for? It's something like I remember you had said that he's going off to do something with a job. It's pulling him away. Um, I feel like whatever this is, whatever this new journey is for him, it actually makes him more confident. It creates like this like transitional period for him where he starts to feel more self-assured, more confident. Like there's definitely like self-esteem that gets boosted here, and Spirit is saying in a weird way, even though it seems counterintuitive because he is moving away, in a strange way, it's actually making him more focused. It's making him more confident. And it actually is going to be more beneficial for your relationship, because if he feels like this makes him understand himself more, if he feels like this makes him more confident, more self-assured, um, maybe even more financially independent, it gives him purpose, whatever this is, it bleeds into your relationship in a positive way. Like I feel like he needs that structure. He needs to feel like he has this going for him, because then once he kind of gets into that rhythm, it's like then he's able to put his energy into other things, i.e. you. So Spirit is saying, while this may feel counterintuitive that he's moving away and that's better for your relationship, they're saying it kind of is, even if it seems like it's not. Because when he's dating you and seeing you and talking to you, in this in-between state right now, between where he's at now and where he's going to be, he feels distracted. He feels like there's just all of this unknown. And so I think when he shifts into this new position where he moves or whatever, it's like he becomes more self-aware. He feels more like stable and secure. And that allows for him to give more dedicated time to you. While it may not be dedicated time in person, it's definitely... Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like it takes the pressure off of him a little bit, and it makes him feel like, okay, now that I've got this part of my life done and good, I can put a little more focus onto her. Now, it doesn't mean that there's not going to be demands of the job and all of that. I'm not trying to say that. Hold on one second. Sorry, girl. My cat was getting into something. What's new, right? What I was trying to say was it doesn't mean that there's not going to be like demands of his job and things like that. But what I'm saying is that especially for a guy, okay? A masculine energy wants to feel that security. You know, I feel like for him, like if he doesn't know what's going to happen, that's anxiety inducing. I feel like that makes you feel more frazzled. You're more distracted. You're not able to put as much time into something that you may naturally want because you're so worried and focused about what this other thing is going to be, like what it's going to look like, what your day-to-day is going to be, and in the beginning maybe he won't be able to dedicate as much. But once he gets his rhythm down, once he gets that stability, I think that it will be good for your connection because then he's going to have more room to put towards a relationship. And I have to just be very honest with you. Men are not good at multitasking. They're not. It's scientifically proven. I'm sure you know this, but they're not. Like if you give a guy, I saw someone actually try to do this on TikTok. If you give them a piece of paper and maybe you like drew a snowman or something on it and you give him scissors and you give him the paper and you say, cut this snowman out of like, cut this little snowman out or cut this little butterfly out or whatever it is. They can do that. They can cut out the shape that you're saying. But then if you say, now tell me the story of how we met, their brain malfunctions. They have to stop what they're doing and then tell the story. And you're like, no, do both. Like, cut out the snowman and tell me about how we met. And it's like their brain like just freaks out and they don't know how to do that. Like they can't do two things at once. My husband, I love him to death. He can't do two things at once. If I want to talk to him about something, he has to stop what's on his phone and listen to me. He can't just do both, okay? And I feel almost like that mini example is what he's experiencing with you on a grander scale. He knows he doesn't want to lose you. He knows you're a wish come true. He knows he doesn't want to let you go and he wants to hold on to what you guys have. But his multitasking ability to focus on you and focus on this new life that he's about to start is very difficult for him. Yes, women are really great at multitasking. And so I feel like for him, it's like his job is cutting out the snowman out of the piece of paper and telling the story about how you met is your relationship. And he doesn't know how to do both. Okay. But once the snowman is cut out and he's achieved that goal, i.e., get his rhythm down with his new job and his new location, then he can stop what he's doing, put the scissors down, and now focus on your relationship. Yeah, of course. So all in all of that to say, he's not putting you down. He's not walking away in terms of what you guys have built emotionally. And he's not giving up on this connection in a long-term way. He still wants to see where this can go. He still wants to pursue this. I want you back. It's reminding me of that Backstreet Boys song. It's not the sentiment of that Backstreet Boys song, but for some reason that just like popped in my head. I Want You Back, I think is literally what it's called. Oh no, it's In Sync. Wait. Oh no. Okay, so never mind. I'm getting them too confused. Anyways. First card out is I Want You Back. And then I have We Will Be Together Again. I love that one. I will watch your social media. Are you guys connected via social media? He says, I don't want to mess this up. He says, I want to make this right. At the bottom of the deck, I feel so drawn to you. I can't get enough of you. And I still have feelings for you. Like you're him. Oh my goodness. You said you don't follow each other on social media, but you see his pop-up, kind of want to add him. Yeah, I think you should. You're welcome, SB. I really, really, really hope that you guys can work this out long term. Long distance is never easy. It's definitely not ideal, but where there's a will, there's a way. And I think somehow he'll be able to be more emotionally available after the fact, which, like I said, sounds counterintuitive, but that's what I'm feeling. Oh, yeah, I hope you can see him before he goes. All right, girl. Have a great rest of your night. I will see you next time.